Hiya folks, it's Chris in Arena Studio Land. Hope you're all well. Hashtag Arena Studio Crew. Welcome to episode 2 of the songwriting course that I'm running for you all. It's brilliant to have you all on board and it's definitely going to improve all your song structures. We're going to be talking about lyrics, cadences, ending, etc. as we go through. Song structure on where you put your verses and your bridges and how many bars and beats, etc. So we're going to discuss all those very important bits of building your own song very, very soon. The thing that we're going to talk about today is, if you remember in episode 1, we discussed the harmonization of the diatonic scale. We were in the key of C major, and we now know how to build all those chords, which you should see about there now, showing you the chord shapes for the guitar there, and you should be able to play all those chord shapes before we can go any further really on this, because you're going to utilize all those chords at some point or other as we go through all your songs and we create these songs together. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is the major scale. So because we're in the key of C major, as you're aware now, all those chords we built from the C major scale, okay? And we give these chords a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally in Roman numerals we do this, but we're not going to bother too much about that today. What we're going to look at is a little formula again. Remember we talked about the chords, which was major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, okay? Those were the chords that we created from this C major scale. Well, what we need to talk about today is the structure of the C major scale. This is relative to any major scale, the formula. So basically what we look at is it goes like this. If we start on the tonic note, which is the C, it's going to go tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So I'll run that by you again. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Okay, so let's look at this on the guitar. So guitar time, we're going to apply this tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone to the C major scale. So we're just going to pick a C there. Okay, so we're looking at the 3rd fret on the 5th string of the guitar. So this is a semitone. Okay, and this is a tone. So literally what this is, this on the piano would be one of the black notes, okay? So that would be the black note, that would be C, C sharp, D, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put into practice this tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, and that will create the C major scale. So we go C to D, so that's a tone. Now we need to do another tone, so that's tone again, so that's going to C to D is a tone, D to E is a tone, E to F is always a semitone. If you look on the piano there, we've got no black notes, so E to F is always a semitone, F to G is a tone, G to A is a tone, A to B is a tone, and B to C is a tone. So semitone, sorry. So I do beg your pardon. B to C is a semitone. It's always going to be together. B and C and E and F are the 2 notes that always fall together. There are no spaces. It's always a semitone. So again, we'll go C to D, tone, D to E, tone, E to F, semitone, F to G, tone, G to A, tone, A to B tone, and then finally B to C semitone. So if you listen, we're a full octave. There we go. And that's that octave that we went on. So we're going to change things on this, because this helps you to understand how we get the key signatures, because we've got no sharps or flats. So if you're looking at a musical score and you've got no accidentals by your time signatures there telling you what key you're in, then you know that you're in either A minor, more than likely, or C major. So we're going to explain to you now, if we follow this tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, we're going to use the key of G major now. So we'll make it easy. We'll start there for you. So we're going to have to go tone, so that's G to A to B, B to C is a tone. So far, semitone. So far we've gone tone, tone, semitone, then C to D has to be a tone, which it is. D to E has to be a tone, which it is. E to F is not a tone, but we have to go E to F sharp. So E to F sharp is a tone, and then if we look there, F sharp to G is a semitone. So the notes of G major are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, because it has to be a tone interval, F sharp to G, which is a semitone. Again, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So if we look at a piece of music and it's got the accidental telling us that we've got one sharp, which is on the F, which is an F sharp, that tells us that our piece of music is in the key of G major, because G major is the only key that has an F sharp, okay? So if you remember what we did before when we talked about the chords and the relationship of chords, if we took the sixth chord of the G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, if you remember the pattern, it went major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and then diminished. That E is the relative minor. It becomes E minor. So your key signature of one sharp is either going to be G major or E minor. Now that, I know that sounds a little bit complicated and confusing, but it's probably because you're not used to working with it. When you start to apply these things to your songs, and we're going to get really into the warts and nitty-gritty of all the chords and adding chord progressions and explaining how they're all going to come together on the next lesson. It's going to have a massive impact understanding this relationship of producing a scale and then making the chords from it. So again, if we go to G major, we've now got G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, G. So those would be your major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished relative to those chords. Okay? And so on. So that's how we create this major scale. It follows the formula of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Now really that's probably as much basic theory, music theory, that we need to understand to create our first songs. Okay, so in part 3, episode 3, we're going to be looking at how we can put this all into practice by working on certain chord progressions that work, that are proven successful chord progressions throughout history in the whole wide world. And we'll apply some of those with an introduction, with a verse, with bridges, with choruses, with key changes. We'll explain how all that works, and we'll go step by step through the formulas that are then required to create a great pop record. Okay? So if you want to follow me on all the socials, you can. I'm out there on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter. Just search for Arena Studio. And remember, hashtag Arena Studio Crew is the one that everybody seems to be applying lately. So that's great. And it's always a pleasure to see you all. So take care, stay well, and I'll see you next week for episode 3. Thanks for watching. Bye.